Crying, anguish, and wailing is the aftermath of any disaster in the world. All over the world, natural disasters like slow rise in floods, hurricanes, earthquakes always occur. Nigeria, as part of the global system, is not left out of disaster, as there are issues of flooding, building collapse, plane crashes, and terrorism. Adapting West African emergency response system to changing realities was the theme of the second Lagos State Emergency Disaster Management Summit, for which journalists were drawn from various media houses across the country. The summit reflects on conflicts, emergency preparedness, disaster risk reduction, and communication.
That emergencies and disaster are unpleasant occurrences that we wish that will never happen. Because when we say disaster, people say, God forbid. It's good to say God forbid, but our proactiveness and preparedness will save us a lot of problem and do us a lot of good. Many of these hazards are unavoidable, while some are mundane. But whatever the genesis that affect these emergencies or disaster, how well are we prepared for it? How conscious are we to be able to take the necessary action?
Speakers at the event re-emphasized the need to be prepared for any emergency.
In Nigeria and West Africa, I will tell you that Lagos State Fire Service or Lagos State government itself is very vibrant when it comes to issue about managing emergencies in the state. The Lagos State Fire Service, as I speak with you, we have responded to more than 500 emergency calls from January till the first week in May. So, and if you can respond to over 500 emergency calls from January to May, and there was no any serious outcry about the emergency response, that means Lagos State Fire Service is doing very well, and Lagos State government itself is doing very well.
In case of water disaster, we are fully ready. You can see, for example, the equipment that they put down there. So it's what we utilize, like the life buoy, life jackets is utilized to rescue any time of emergency at water area. Maybe boat capsized or passenger from the boat overboard to the water. So that's the equipment we use to rescue.
Lagos State Commissioner for Special Duties, Dr. Wale Ahmed, and Lagos State Emergency Management Agency's General Manager, Olufemi Okeosaitolu, emphasized the spate of disasters and the need for adequate preparation in time of emergency. This, he noted, is part of the challenge facing governments all over the world.
It's well prepared. We've done risk mapping. We've improved on our response plan. Our response time in the state is 10 minutes, and we have established local emergency management committee in all the 57 local governments of the state, because we believe that the impact of any disaster is to the grassroots. So we build the capacity and the resilience from the grassroots. Look at the way we've been responding to emergency. Our emergency response today in the states is 10 minutes or below. And you can see that the mortality, morbidity that is always associated with emergency has been greatly reduced.
It is to be able to bring everybody in the southwest region of Nigeria because all the states are contiguous anyway, to share experience about how to manage emergencies. What we do in Lagos, what do they do in Oyo? And how can we learn from what they are doing in Oyo? How can Oyo people learn from us? And again, it is to synergize action.
There is need for governments at all levels to build and develop the capacity of officers and personnel for emergencies, disaster management and response agencies by equipping them with skills, knowledge, and technical competence for vulnerability analysis, disaster risk reduction, and emergency-related response, among others. Communities are also advised to be involved in getting ready for disaster and map out disaster areas throughout their respective states.